Morning, everybody. I'm back again. I'm back with the show called the Big R Solution Sports Program. It's going to be very, very exciting this morning. I'm sure you're looking forward. All of us have been watching big games in the AFCON, very exciting games. And we also noticed that the big guns have been knocked out. This is a tournament that is full of surprises, and then there's quite a lot happening. So whoever imagined that Nigeria will be knocked out, whoever imagined that Ghana will be knocked out, whoever imagined that Algeria will be knocked out. So we see new teams like Comoros and so on. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let me welcome Shakes Manqoba Ngwenya. Shakes, Masandawana. I see that you are wearing the Masandawana shirt. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, Saubrey. Thanks for having me on the show, and good day to the listeners as well.
While you are still there with Masandawana shirt, hey, I see Masandawana are on rampage. You know, I saw the youngsters, né? At the MDC. Hey, no, they're causing havoc.
Yeah. There's good quality coming up, Saubrey. You know, there's a lot that's being cooked in the development. It's good to see that Sundowns are taking the development seriously, and as much as everybody says Sundowns has the deep pockets to buy players, but also they have invested a lot in the development, and I tell you, there's a lot of talent that's going to come out of there still.
Yeah, maybe one day we need to talk about Sundowns. They're doing well. I'm impressed. See, the ladies have won the AFCON, the first lady team to AFCON. And then I see they're on rampage with the youngsters. Big up to Mamelodi Sundowns. Shakes, everybody wrote Khune off. Everybody has been saying he's old. He won't make it, but people have forgotten that goalkeepers mature with time. I don't know whether I say goalkeeper mature with time, or it's a new phenomenon whereby we see old players maturing. Here I look at Zlatan Ibrahimovic at the age 40, he's still doing well. Ronaldo is close to 40, he's doing well. Messi will be 35. He's still doing well. So there's a whole lot of players who are old and showing a whole lot of motivation and still doing well. So maybe it's a new breed. But I want us to talk about Itumeleng Khune. Having seen what he did during the Compact Cup, do you think now Khune has raised his hands to say, I'm there now. I'm there now. You guys consider me. And the other good news, Khune is still the most popular footballer in this country. We've seen that on his Instagram, he has hit 1 million mark followers. And remember, Khune has been doing well ever since, you know, during the time of, Carlin Black Label. He has always been leading when the votes count in. So, but now, that aside, because that is part of the brand, his brand is doing well. But in terms of the field of play, having watched what you saw during the Compact Cup, do you think Khune has raised his hands? Now, Stuart Baxter should look at him. What's your take, Shakes?
Yeah, Saubrey, you know, sometimes I just laugh, you know, because I can see people don't understand the game, you know. Everybody, you can't write off Khune like that. I mean, we all know the class that he has, and class is permanent, you know. Form is temporary, but class is permanent. So you can't write off a man like that and say he's finished. So yeah, it only takes one game. Imagine just one game like this. Now everybody is talking about Khune again. no longer talking about his age and how he looks old or whatever. You know, it only takes just one game. But me, I always knew that this guy is a class act. I always believed in Khune. In fact, there was a time I was wishing that he could go to Sundown so that he can distribute for Percy Tau, because Percy Tau has those runs that he makes, and Khune is one of the best passers of the ball. So I've always believed in Khune, and I knew it will only take one game, and then everybody has that belief in him again. You know, he's a very popular player. As Mzansi's #1, like you said, he's reached 1 million followers on Instagram. He's a very popular person, and it's because of the quality that he has on the pitch. You know, and you can't just write a man off like that. A man like him, who used to win Chiefs games single-handedly. You know, even in the national team, he used to save us single-handedly. So I always believed in him, and I knew that it will only take one game, one chance, where everybody now has regained that faith in him. So yes, Baxter should have a look at him, because he is Mzansi's #1.
Shakes, as a former player, after you have played the game that Khune played, how does it spare you as a player? How does it motivate you to look forward like, hey, I want to play, I want to play? Just tell us a little bit. How does it work on your psychology as a player?
Yeah, you know, sometimes when there's so much negative publicity about you, you can also now lose that self-belief. You know, you can lose that self-belief. But after this game now, I'm sure now Khune knows, and it's not like he can still give even more. That's how good Khune is. So I think a game like this, it brings him back now to say, hey, these guys, they didn't get it right with me. Here I am. Here now they are talking about me again. So I think this will lift him up, and he'll come back to his best. We all know that Khune is a quality keeper. Now he just needs to be given that opportunity in the PSL, and I'm sure he's going to do well because his quality.
Shakes, you know, I've learned to notice that you are a very good analyst. It shows that you played football. I remember at one stage you once said, if your form has dipped, I think we're talking about Shachwayo. You said the only way to resolve that problem is to put extra work, train more, put extra hours, and not necessarily to lift and train, but you know, do the ball work and make sure that you regain your form. Do you think, because I've seen that Khune, during the time everybody has written him off, he would always go on social media showing how busy he is in terms of training, in terms of preparing himself, so that one day when he gets the opportunity, then he can show. So I think your words have come to fruition. So do you think that has helped?
Yeah, definitely. Saubrey, when you're going through bad times, you know, with your game, the more you work on it and you keep working on your craft, you know, you'll get the opportunity to show everybody what you've got. So that's what Khune has been doing. We see him all the time on his Instagram by the swimming pool, how he's got that precise kicking, you know, where he tries to get the ball in the small hole, you know, keep pushing his craft of distributing the ball. So yeah, when you work on yourself like that in bad times, it's going to make it easy for you when things start going your way, because there's times in football where things will not go your way, even though you're working hard, you're doing your best, but things are just not going your way, and then you get a break like this, you know. I mean, this is what the DStv Compact Cup is for, is to give other players a chance, and look, now we're talking all praises to Khune.
This is from the bottom of my heart. I wish that the big station will recognize your analysis and then they give you a break. Well, it would be sad for us to lose you. But for me, it shows that you really understand football. It really shows me that you played football. And then I don't know whether the listeners out there, do you really think that Stuart Baxter has a headache now? Because Akpe, he has been doing well. So what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to bench Akpe or bring Khune? And I think one of the elements, one of the strengths that Shakes has always been stressing, you always see all the time, is Khune's ability to distribute the ball. So what's your take, viewers out there? Do you really think this is the time that Stuart Baxter should consider Khune? And remember, Akbe has went to AFCON and he's not playing. Am I right, Shakes?
Yeah, he hasn't been the first choice keeper for Nigeria as well. So Khune has picked up his hand now with that performance. And yeah, I think it's a headache for Baxter, and it's a good headache to have when you have that much quality in your team. So I think, yes, Khune deserves to be given a chance. He is Mzansi's number one. We need to see the best of Khune. He needs to be in action so that he can also represent our country.
Do you agree with Shakes Manqoba Ngwenya when he says Khune has raised his hands, should be given the opportunity to be the number one goalkeeper at Kaizer Chiefs? So I want to hear your views as far as that is concerned. Shakes, do you think Baxter should follow what Pochettino is doing? Remember Pochettino, he has some games where he plays Navas, some games he plays Donnarumma. I know goalkeepers are not happy with that. They want to play all the time. I'm sure even yourself, you wanted to play all the time. So do you think that that should be the method that he should follow?
Yeah, it's a difficult one with goalkeepers, Saubrey, because for a goalkeeper to be confident, he must be playing week in and week out. It's one position which you can't really chop and change, Yeah, it's working for PSG. I'm not sure if it's working for them, but yes, they're doing things that way. But I think most coaches prefer to have one goalkeeper who plays most of the games. Like with Sundowns, you see with Sundowns, Kennedy Mwene will play mostly cup competitions, but during the league, Onyango is there. So I think, I think it works out better that way because the keeper needs to always be on that form. So if he's dipping in and out of the game and not playing, it kills that momentum.
You have said something very, very important. I've watched PSG. I don't think it's working for Pochettino, and I don't think those players are happy. Even Donnarumma at some point expressed his disappointment that tomorrow is playing, the other day is not playing, and so on. And then I've seen that there was a coach at Barcelona, who was that, who was playing Ter Stegen and Bravo, interchanging them. And both of them were not happy. At some point, Ter Stegen was threatening to leave. Bravo finally decided to leave. I don't know whether it's working. So I sometimes agree with what you said, that with goalkeepers, keep on changing them. That might destabilize, and then I don't know. But that's an observation that I've made, and then I agree with you. And like you said, Mamelodi Sundowns, they'll have Kennedy Mwene for the cups and then Onyango for the leagues. But you see that Onyango is playing more games than Kennedy Mwene. Yeah, and then I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it will change with time? This thing will work out going forward, or it won't work out?
So you mean for PSG?
No, for the coaches in future to start now exchanging goalkeepers. Tomorrow is this one, tomorrow is that one. Do you think it's something that will work? Because football changes from time to time.
Yeah, no, it's always good, Prasobri, to refresh the team. It's always good, but with the goalkeeping position, it's a very sensitive one because a goalkeeper needs that form, that grip on his game, you know. So I don't believe in a goalkeeper being chopped and changed. So I think a decision needs to be made, you know, when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs. They have two goalkeepers. They need to have number 1 and number 2. Yes, Agbe can be given a chance some games, but Khune, if he's doing well, he must be the goalkeeper most of the time.
Now, my question is to you out there: who should be the goalkeeper for Kaizer Chiefs going forward, Khune or Agbe? I want to hear from you. Shakes, who should be?
Prasobri, for me, it's simple. I've never doubted Khune. I know he had a couple of bad games, 1 or 2 bad games, and then people started talking about his age and all those things. You know, it's normal. You know, supporters are like that. They change now. You know, football fans, they forget you now. They've forgotten what Khune is capable of. Me, I know him. I know the quality he possesses, and I think he should be Nzanzi's number 1.
Okay. Guys, I want to hear from you. Who should be the man manning the post at Kaizer Chiefs, Khune or Agbe? So I want to hear from you. Shakes, it was a beautiful show. I really appreciate. And then till we meet during lunch hour to do the next show. Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll hear a lot of people commenting about this. Shakes, just beat them farewell.
Thank you, Prasobri, for having me on your show, and yes, goodbye to the viewers out there.
Thank you, Shakes.